But at a recent conference of medical and other anthropologists in Washington, Doug Henry of the University of North Texas said the quarantines imposed on aid workers returning from Africa failed to do that.
What we've seen, unfortunately, in this epidemic is that if you have just fear and just fear messaging in the absence of any kind of self-efficacy messaging, in other words, messaging that shows people how to handle a response, it can actually have very maladaptive social behaviors, so driving the epidemic underground, mass panic, hysteria.
Fear has played a role before in American politics. In 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt gave his inaugural address there in front of the Capitol, and he declared,
"The only thing we have to fear is fear itself."
This thing? Holy.
Popular comedian Jon Stewart maintained that in 2014, the news media magnified the danger.
Warning of attacks in the U.S.
If you've been paying attention to the news lately, you might have heard we're all going to die.
You know, there's always a level of uncertainty and fear in any culture.
Gregory Button of the University of Tennessee, Knoxville points out there's no mass hysteria over car accidents, one of this nation's leading causes of death.
Cultures selectively choose which social problems they're going to focus on, and sometimes it seems irrational.
While radical Islamists threatened to...
While political ads and media played up foreign threats, surveys showed Americans were much more concerned about job security and the economy. Jerome Sokolovsky, VOA News, Washington.
Well, if there is one thing American politicians agree on, is that the immigration system is broken and needs a comprehensive reform to fix it. But some observers say President Barack Obama's recent executive action aimed at temporarily shielding some undocumented foreigners from being deported may have doomed his long-term goal of forging a comprehensive agreement with Congress. VOA's Greg Flakers has more.
President Obama's recent executive action allows some 4 million undocumented residents in the United States to seek temporary legal status. But without congressional approval, he cannot achieve comprehensive immigration reform. Republicans, who won majorities in both houses of Congress in November's midterm elections, replied through Speaker of the House John Boehner.
Instead of working together to fix our broken immigration system, the president says he's acting on his own. That's just not how our democracy works.
Tony Payan, director of the Mexico Center at Rice University's Baker Institute, says Mr. Obama's action will help a lot of people come out of the shadows.
And essentially become a little bit more integrated in a legal, formal way into the American economy and the American society. But it was also very counterproductive because I feel that it polarized many of the Republicans who might have been willing to do something on immigration.
While some undocumented immigrants support the move, others have mixed feelings about what they see as a temporary fix.
We need a solution that really helps